Hello and welcome to part 2 of this series. In my previous video in this series, I discussed how I wanted to make a pivot in my strategy with Etsy, and I wanted to do the product research ahead of time before designing a new digital product for my Etsy shop. With the help of SaleSamurai, an Etsy-based research tool, we dove deep into my latest product idea, a desktop wallpaper bundle. That video was already getting quite long, so after the fact, off camera, I did go ahead and compile my research. I then organized my list according to what had the least competition, and then I went ahead and highlighted the keywords that I thought were interesting to me based on the search volume and the competition ratios. But this is part 2 where I will actually be designing the product with you guys in Canva. So here are the keywords that I'm going to be focusing on today. Common themes here are pastel, lo-fi, mood board, rainbow, kawaii. Let's get into Canva and start designing. So I have 3 tabs here open in Canva because I'm making 3 essential elements. We're going to start with the wallpaper, which is a 4K size. The plan today is to make a pre-made wallpaper template so it's ready to go for the buyer. I'll also be doing a editable version in Canva so they can access the template and make it customized, personalize it as much as they want. Then I've got this square 500 pixel by 500 pixel to do the folder icons. And then I've got this letter size PDF document where I'll be making the instructional how-to document for the install guide. So first I'm going to look through the wallpaper templates that are already included in Canva to see if there's something that I can work off of already, or I can just get some more inspiration for where to start. Clarification, I am not going to straight up rip off any of these designs. I am going to change them. I like this. I like the shadow look. That's something that I might do. I'm just going to put a couple here that kind of match the vibe of what I'm looking for. Maybe that one. These are really cute. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna leave those up there as kind of inspiration. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the elements and do a rectangle. You know what, let's add a border. The border will be black, that's fine. Corner rounding, yes. Maybe let's do 45. I'm gonna make the inside transparent. Okay, I'm gonna do another bubble. I think this time I'm gonna actually fill in the inside. So I like a lot of these colors that I'm already dealing with here. That's pretty helpful. So I'm gonna put this here in the middle of the bubble. So now it's just a matter of me figuring out like which bubbles am I gonna include and what sizing. So I think I'll do like one kind of bigger one here. Also, instead of this white in the middle, I need a, what color is this? Okay, do the same color. Okay, looks good. So now I'm gonna copy and bring this over here, but I'm gonna make 2 bubbles. So I need to make sure, if you just hold down Alt, if you're on a Mac, hold down Alt, and you can copy the element and just drag it as you're holding Alt, and it will copy it to that new location. And I'm also gonna do the same thing with these little bubbles. So why are they not filled? Oh, because they're probably, let's send these to the back. Yes. So sometimes the layers make things funky, but you just go ahead and fix it. I think I am going to fill in these larger bubbles with a color. So we've got that one. Peach, maybe more of like a yellow. Let's start testing out some fonts, maybe just minimalist. So this one I'll do important. I feel like more like a charcoal maybe. Let me just go ahead and get in here. There we go. I like that. So it's like a brownish charcoaly color. That's copy and paste that over here. This will be work. This will be school. I think I'm gonna actually take this size right here. I like Canva because it will give you those suggestions of the guides based on how other elements are spaced. I actually move everything so it's centered. There we go. Let's change this color because I don't like it matching. And I'm actually gonna take both of these elements right here. I can actually group them. And so that way I take everything from the text to the bubble. There we go. So this one's gonna be apps. And maybe down here I'll have like a couple pictures or something. I have to make sure that these elements are free because whoever's buying the product might not have a pro Canva account. Minimalist. Maybe we'll change the color to something that kind of matches. I like the yellow one, and I might just like double it up here and do like a smaller one that's a darker color. Okay, that's kind of cute. You know, even like this bullet, because it reminds me of like a bullet journal. Make sure it's sized appropriately. Oh, I said I needed to make sure these were free, and I did not. I have to change the settings to free. Okay, so those are free. That's good. What about this one? Yes, this leaf over here as well. Maybe we'll do more of a gray. This one seems too dark now. I think it's a little bit softer, but okay, now I gotta find the shadow that's free. Free. Okay, so we got some shadows here. Let's see how these other shadows, so this one, okay, it's in the background. Let's see, make it bigger. And then we're gonna position it to the back, and I'm also gonna make it a little bit more transparent. No, I like this one. Maybe I can do multiple, or maybe I can only do it on one side. Let's see how that looks. Flip horizontally, and now let's position that to the back. Let's make it a little bit more transparent. Some of these lines are black. I think I might need to do like a more charcoal color. Oh, and I can change them all. So down here, see how it keeps asking me, do you want to change all the lines? Change all, yes. Now everything changed at once. I forgot that that's a feature that they added, so I'm kind of used to just doing everything one by one, but that certainly helps. How's this looking? Should I add shadow to the other side? I'll actually like duplicate this so I can test what I'm doing. So let's bring this one back in and position it to the back. And transparency, let's make it similar to the other one. Maybe let's flip it this way. I feel like if I do this, I should flip the elements here at the bottom. Okay, that's what I'll do. So let me delete this. We're gonna move these three up here, and then I'm gonna copy this whole bubble from up there and move it here. I don't know why that other thing didn't come with it. Copy. See, I could overthink this to heck. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and make different variations of what I've just created here. So I duplicated the last one I did. I'm gonna add a new template just so I can get a different variation of colors. Pastel minimalist. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like that. Whenever you add that template, you kind of get its basic colors in your color wheel over here. So let me click on this. New colors have been introduced, so I'm gonna make that blue. I'm gonna make that pink, orange, kind of a brown. There we go. Maybe even experiment making the background a different color. Yes. So I gotta change that for sure. Let's do another one. Background will be pink this time, that light pastel pink. There's something about these elements right here that I'm not really liking. Let me duplicate it and just try something new here. This is what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and do half the size, kinda. Projects, this will be personal. And then I definitely gotta make those different colors. Can't keep it like that. Let me change the background to a more neutral color. Yeah, I kind of feel like I like the bubbles more. And then let me make one. Let's delete all that. Maybe we put a photo frame. I gotta make sure that it's free. Maybe I put like one of these guys here. So let me get a photo that's free. Aesthetic. Let's go into the photos. Let me pop that in there. Yeah, that's kind of more the vibe. And then I'll even make different bubbles here. So let me just delete that. Let me put these elements locked to the background, and let's copy this. Maybe we can do multiple. We'll do different photos. Let's get some different pictures other than that same one. How's that? Okay, so I made those photos a little bit transparent, and I think they fit the little soft pastel vibe a little bit better. Okay, so I did a bit of editing after filming just to get these designs tweaked and finalized. So here is what we've got. I've got variations of each minimalistic background here, several pastel colors to choose from, and then I've got neutral versions with different layouts, different accents. And then I have pastel versions of the colored bubbles to organize the folders. And then I have different suggestions, ideas for color palettes and whatnot. Now let's go on to the folder icons. Icons are gonna be pretty simple. Let's just look up folder icon. I've used this one in another template and I really like how simple the design is. So let's go ahead and take that right away. Let me copy all these elements to just bring all these colors over. I'm gonna just paste them here. Same with these because there's other colors. So this is just like a throwaway. So now let's make this bigger. I can change everything to what I want. Let me show you this one in the same kind of style. Maybe this one should be darker. Well, you know what? I can always test it out just by copying and pasting it over here, making it tiny, so I can get an idea of what it will actually look like. I mean, this is easier to see. Let's do a couple more different colors and then I can decide. This one is like softer, which is a vibe. Let's put them all on a different color. What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards the darker outline, to be honest with you. So let's just make more of these. Keep the outline the same for consistency. Make a white folder. There we go. I like that. Let's do a blue one. There we go. Let's do a green one. Yes. Do a yellow one. That'll work. Maybe a more orange one. Let's do a lavender one. There we go. What other colors have I not done? So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay. Brownish, red. Let's see what we got so far. Looking pretty cute. So I have 10. That works for me. Let's make a few more that are not folders, like files and whatnot. File icon. I want it to be a similar style. So that's gonna be the tough part. Okay, let's change it to the aesthetic that we know and love. I kind of want to add lines to it, a little bit bigger. I like that. Basically, let's just copy all the colors we have up here. So I'm gonna delete these since I basically decided on these outlined ones. Let's start with the first one. I wish I could do it side by side. Oh, you know what? I could. Okay, so this is that color. Then I can come down here and just match the colors above it. Let me make sure everything has a buddy. Yes, it does. So now we have 20 icons. Let me just look up like Mac icons. And it doesn't matter if these are premium because I'm actually saving these as a PNG. Maybe an app icon? Oh, you know what? I can just do elements. Okay. So minimal list element. Go to the graphics. And I can just pick little elements like this to make it to a folder. I saved you guys the boredom, but I went ahead and picked out all these minimalist icons that I liked and that I thought fit the aesthetic. Now we have 56 icons total. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna go ahead and delete this throwaway for all the colors that I did there. And we're gonna save all these as PNGs. You know what's better than downloading them right now is I should name them, because if I don't name them now, I'll have to do that manually. So I'm gonna do folder beige, file beige, folder taupe, file taupe. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I say this is easier because all I have to do is scroll down and type, versus if I did it on my computer after downloading, I would have to double click and it would just, funky things would be happening. So everything is named now. I'm gonna go ahead and download it now. Let's do a transparent background for all pages, PNG file, so it looks good. I'm gonna hit download. So now my folder icons are done. So my design is done, my icons are done. Now I'm in my install guide. I'm gonna look in the templates in Canva to see if I can find a quick guide of some kind. Kind of like this. Thank you for your order. Let's make it smaller. I don't need any of this. Put my name, cloud color, PDF. Your install guide is included. Please read it carefully. Do not hesitate to send us a direct message if there are any issues. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do install guide. And I'm gonna have to change this font. It doesn't look very good. Okay, that's fine with me. Okay, I'm probably gonna change this around, but for now I just need to get my Canva link in here. Let's make that. And then I'm gonna look elements for a button of some kind. Put a click here. First, let me change the color because I hate it. There we go. Okay, so now let's go back. I have to recopy that template link. Copy. And so I'm gonna right click and add a link to the text. Press enter. So now when I download this PDF, it's gonna be a clickable link. So that's good for now. I wanna show you what the final end product will look like when a buyer purchases the bundle on Etsy. Overall, this design took me about a week to finish, but I didn't work on it nonstop. I put an hour or two here and there, so probably a total of 8 hours if I were to estimate. Once purchased, a buyer will get a link to the download and will receive these two files: my how-to guide with several pages contained in a PDF, and the zip file containing all the sets of wallpapers. The installation guide did change a bit. I added information and editable template links for the additional wallpapers I decided to include, which we'll discuss in a second. The zip folder contains everything except the editable Canva links, which are in the installation guide I just showed you. Upon opening, the zip file will reveal the pre-made desktop wallpapers that are ready to install. I decided to offer 2 other sizes in addition to the 4K size I designed with you earlier in the video. Now there's 3K, 4K, and full HD sizes for each desktop wallpaper design. Canva makes it easy to resize projects with their Pro account feature, so it didn't take me much time to add these to the bundle after finalizing the design. Last minute, I decided to add 20 phone backgrounds to the bundle as well. These are 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. As I was testing out the wallpapers and folder icons on my own desktop, I had the strong desire to match all my devices aesthetically across the board. The phone wallpapers probably took me an additional hour in Canva, and I love the result. And the satisfaction of having a matching desktop and phone wallpaper brings me joy every time I sit at my desk now. Finally, of course, we have the 55 desktop icons also included in the bundle in their own folder. I love how this design turned out, especially if you see where they started. So you just watched me create a whole wallpaper bundle. I'm gonna end it here. In my next part of this series, I'm gonna be actually doing the listing product photos, optimizing my listings and descriptions and keywords using SaleSamurai, and then finally getting it posted up to Etsy. So anyway, thank you again for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.